Evgeny SHVEDENKO.
So there the boxers in our next contest, the 86-kilogram weight division, and there is the man who goes by the ring moniker Desperate, Evgeny SHVEDENKO. Lives in St. Petersburg, born in Sakhalin. That's an 18-fight professional, 18 fights, 16 wins, 7 of them inside the distance, 1 solitary loss along with a draw. Very experienced operator. He will be fighting out of the black corner.
And also calling to the ring, también llamando al cuadrilátero, Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, Rogelio Romero.
Well, for aficionados of IBA boxing, this is a familiar figure indeed. Rogelio Romero, Roro, comes to the ring as the 2023 IBA World Championship bronze medalist at 86 kilograms. Very accomplished boxer, 2-time Pan Am Games medalist, having taken bronze medals in Lima in Peru in 2019. I was in Lima for that Pan Am Games and in Toronto in the edition before. Hasn't yet qualified for the Olympics, but more on that in a moment as we get the official particulars ahead of this 86 kilogram cruiserweight contest between boxers from Russia and Mexico.
Ladies and gentlemen, IBA Champions Night is presented by Gazprom, general partner. There's about 6 rounds of boxing in the cruiserweight division. Damas y caballeros, prepárense. 6 rounds de combate en la división de peso crucero. Your 3 judges scoring. Sus 3 jueces: José Romero, Emerson Pastor y Gustavo Viramontes. Your referee in charge of the action, su referee para este combate, Alejandro Barrientos. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the black corner. He wears the black and gold trunks. He officially weighs in 82.7 kilos. Presentando ustedes en la esquina negra, pantaloncillo negro con oro, con un peso de 82 kilos, 700 gramos. He stands with 18 pro bouts, 16 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 7 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 16 victorias, 1 derrota, 1 empate y 7 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Representando Krasnoyarsk, Russia, Dami y Gaspada, Pajalustadabro Pajalovic. Introducing Evgeny SHVEDENKO. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the gold corner. He wears the white trunks and gold trim. He officially weighs in 83.4 kilos. Presentando ustedes en la esquina dorada, pantaloncillo color blanco con oro, con un peso de 83 kilos, 400 gramos. And tonight he's making his pro debut, haciendo su debut profesional y representando a Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, México, Rogelio Romero. And now with the final instructions, dando las indicaciones finales, su tercero en la superficie de Cuba, Alejandro Barrientos.
Okay.
So we're underway then. Action from the 86 kilogram cruiserweight division, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds between boxers from Russia and Mexico. A man operating out of the black corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold, wearing low-cut running shoes, is Evgeny SHVEDENKO. 18 fights in his professional boxing career. 16 wins, 1 draw, 1 solitary loss. 7 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Made his pro debut in November of 2015. It's his first outing since September of last year. He's had an itinerant career so far. More on that in a moment, because his taller southpaw opponent, wearing white trunks trimmed with gold, is Rogelio Romero, 2023 World Championship bronze medalist. And you see SHVEDENKO looking to get inside. He's the shorter man, he's the lighter man, and he's some 2.7 kilograms lighter than Romero. He weighed in at 82.7 kilograms for an 86 kilogram cruiserweight contest. Rogelio Romero at 85.4 kilograms, and there he gets through with a cracking southpaw left. And that gives you an idea that as a professional in his 18-fight career, SHVEDENKO has operated mainly around the 168-pound super middleweight limit. But this opportunity came up for his first outing in the boxing ring since September of last year, and being a consummate professional prize fighter, he has leapt at this opportunity, stepping up for opponents. Romero spinning off counterclockwise to his right to get himself out of the confined position of the neutral corner. Nice two-shot combination before stepping around the target from Romero. SHVEDENKO again continuing to inch his way forward.
He needs to continue to move around that ring until the referee is able to see what the Russian is doing as he puts his head forward and doing whatever it takes to get in the inside of the Mexican Romero. You can tell that what an amazing job Romero's doing and trying to keep his distance and throwing those straight rights, straight lefts to the body and keeping them out, keeping them at bay. But the Russian continues to hold and press forward and do whatever it takes, as he has more of a professional style there and does whatever it takes to win the bout.
Wearing black trunks trimmed with gold is Evgeny SHVEDENKO. Started boxing at 11 years of age, and he comes to the ring with the nickname Desperate. When I asked him earlier in the week here in Aguascalientes why he chose the sport of boxing, using Google Translate to assist with his English, which is pretty good if you ask me, considering the number of languages the man speaks. Russian his native language, lived in Germany as well. And he was saying that boxing was the best way to escape from what was a hard Scrabble existence. Had some experience in the amateur code, what was known as the amateur code in Russia, as a professional, took Russian Federation gold and has won international and intercontinental titles here as well. Lived for 5 years in the States in San Mateo, California. Big swing and a miss with the left hand because of good movement from Romero, but was coached by Eddie Croft, 3-time world title challenger. SHVEDENKO dips at the knees to cause Romero's left hand to go over the top, and he said during that time, as bustling away to the body is SHVEDENKO. Eddie Croft, while spending time in the United States.
What great work, body work there by Romero. He's doing an outstanding job. It seems like Desperate
in the fact that Romero, no stranger to the longer format in IBA competition, having been a veteran of WSB competition. I spoke with him in the gym earlier this week in Aguascalientes. He looked for a check right hook, spinning off the line, jolting left jab landed as SHVEDENKO sprung forward, pushing off his back foot. But he said he's really looking forward to the longer format so he can showcase his skills as he throws in a backhand to the body. Palm was turned upwards to the ring lights, looking to maraud his way forwards once more. SHVEDENKO, good left. In addition to those 2 Pan Am golds and that World Championship bronze, Romero competed in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Made it through to the quarterfinal stage as he spins off the line once.
Pro debut.
Again, here's an example of the marauding attacks launched by this man. After being out of action since September of last year, they said, well, there's no doubt that he will be rested, but he's not showing any signs of ring rust tonight. He's taken the attack to Romero. He's been physical, as evidenced by the reddening around his left temple, because he's been rubbing that wherever he can land it on Romero when the opportunity arises. But he up off his stool and up on his toes, showing center ring. As I say that, he just engages reverse gear, but set his stall out in the middle of the ring and looked to keep his man at bay with stiff straight punches. There SHVEDENKO lands with a good right hand to the body. Romero inaccurate with his southpaw left uppercut.
loving what I'm seeing from Romero at the moment. Just being sharp, just being fast, being cautious on what he's doing. He leans his body forward, puts his weight on the Russian fighter as the Russian leans forward and is doing it more of a street fight there. But you can see Romero just slapping that jab and bringing that left, that
same space. SHVEDENKO, and he says, well, wait until you see the show that I produced tonight. And he's filled with energy, intensity, and ambition. He's the shorter fighter, the lighter fighter in this cruiserweight contest. But he really is looking to apply. Beautiful defense in the pocket from Romero, getting his hands up to ward off the incoming fire.
Oh, what a great punches there set by Romero. He's doing an outstanding job as he gets caught there with that right overhand right to the ear by the Russian fighter. But you can love what I'm seeing from Romero there. You can just see all the experience that he has with the WSB and all the other competitions that he has competed in.
So Romero looking to take it to SHVEDENKO, but SHVEDENKO still with some cracking punches to the torso of his taller opponent. And now Romero really planting his feet by good movement from SHVEDENKO. There, Romero looked for a southpaw left to the body, but caught the elbow of SHVEDENKO. SHVEDENKO looking for a sneaky counter right hand as he spins away from the ropes back to the space of center ring. Romero really looking to dial up the intensity and increase the pressure as he lands a good left hand once again. Romero really dialing up the intensity discernibly during the course of that third round.
Incredible the ability that Romero has in spite of his height, in spite of the weight that he fights at, just the way he can move, just the way he dodges those punches. He was able to pick up a bit the pace there and brought the fight to Ivachenko.
So SHVEDENKO drawing in big lungfuls of oxygen. That was a physical fourth round where Romero looked to make his advantages in height and weight tell, pushing SHVEDENKO, leaning on him, and digging in hard shots, particularly downstairs. So a minute intermission, welcome respite from Evgeny SHVEDENKO.
Second now.
Second now. Second half.
Out second.
Cruiserweight contest scheduled for 6.
Out second. Second now.
This is round number 4, el cuarto asalto.
Bus.
So round 4 underway then. SHVEDENKO put under pressure in the third round by Rogelio Romero. Dealt with it effectively, and he's come out looking to take it to Romero, who scores with a good stab jab to the body. And after showing his front foot fighting prowess in the third round, he's now back on the edge of range, Romero. And again, good right hand landed over the top from SHVEDENKO. Left hook from SHVEDENKO, but he put an awful lot into that third round. And perhaps the minute intermission not enough for his energy levels to recover optimally. So just managing this first minute of the fourth round to allow his energy levels to return, firing in occasional shots to keep the judges happy, but hasn't looked to capitalize on the physicality and success that he enjoyed in round number 3, thus far in round number 4.
Number 3, you can tell he poured out a lot of his energy there as he's just throwing one pop shot there, just to continue to keep the judges to know that he's still in the fight, that he's dominating that fight there as he's keeping him off bay and check hooking him there, and he's throwing them straight punches as they land all the time that he throws it to Shevchenko there.
So
beyond the halfway stage of this fourth round, again, Romero far more circumspect here in the fourth round, and that is encouraging. SHVEDENKO is coming forwards and looking to pin Romero to the ropes and work away with combination punches. SHVEDENKO continuing to press. Good stab jab to the torso from Romero. Slings in a left hand to the body. Looks for a left hand once again, but only catches the forearm of SHVEDENKO. Romero's spoken to about turning his back, which is illegal, of course, in the sport of boxing. But looking to feint his way in. Is SHVEDENKO as Romero continuing to feint. Again, slowing the tempo down to a pace that suits him is Romero. Not putting anything on these punches, but just looking to pile up the points. against SHVEDENKO. SHVEDENKO looking to pin him in the corner. Romero goes his way out of there, turns the tables and gets back to the space of center ring. Mention the fact that Rogelio Romero is a two-time Pan Am Games bronze medalist with the most recent edition in Santiago, which served as an Olympic qualifier. Had to go all the way up to 92 kilograms because of the condensation of Olympic weights. We lost to Julio Cesar La Cruz, who qualified from that Pan Am Games. Will go in search of his third Olympic title later this summer. Five-time IBA world champion, besting Rogelio Romero in Santiago.
Relájate, no va a pasar nada. Hay que salir de la zona de confort. ¿Cómo te sientes del brazo? ¿Bien? ¿Te duele el brazo? Escucha.
Romero's complaining about his left hand there, or his arm, his corner. Probably why he stopped using it the way he was using it in the third round.
So will SHVEDENKO be aware of any potential distress? I can tell you from my ringside commentary position here in Aguascalientes that the ice pack is being employed extensively to the left elbow of Rogelio Romero in that gold corner. One wonders, has he hyperextended it while he was throwing a shot?
This is round number 5.
We go into the 5th round of this cruiserweight contest scheduled for 6. With him being a southpaw, the left hand represents his power shot. SHVEDENKO meeting him at center ring, comes forward behind a left-right combination. Romero retreating back to the neutral corner directly above our commentary position, continuing to feint his way out, then uses quick feet to double jab his way out. Good lead right hand to the body from SHVEDENKO. Scoring shot without reply from the Russian boxer, who hails from Sakhalin, the island off the eastern coast mainland of Russia in the Pacific Ocean, north of Japan. That's where he was born. Currently lives in St. Petersburg, spent 2 years living in Germany, 5 years in San Mateo, California, under the tutelage of Eddie Croft. And in addition to getting all of that wisdom and experience from the 3-time world title challenger Eddie Croft, sparred some of the very best in the business, including Andre Son of God Ward, the 2004 Olympic champ, an undefeated professional. Good right hand to the body from SHVEDENKO. And again, Romero, well, he's not throwing that backhand. He was intimating that he may be experiencing some pain and discomfort with it. If he's been rendered a one-arm boxer, and indeed a boxer, he's not fighting on fumes, but his punch output is considerably lower than what he demonstrated in the 3rd round. Well, that is encouraging SHVEDENKO. And SHVEDENKO, not only Andre Son of God Ward did he spar, but Sergey Kovalev, he's coming back, continuing his comeback on the undercard of Fury and Usyk in Saudi Arabia in a couple of months' time. And so, sparred Demetrius, Gugu, Andrade, plenty of quality acquired in the gym, and here he's acquitting himself very well indeed against the taller, heavier Rogelio Romero.
It's obvious that Romero is hurt from his left hand as the Russian is taking off and throwing them right hands, but now here he is, and he's trying to win that fight with his lead hand there as he continues and throws a 3-punch combination with the same hand and triggering off on the Russian fighter there.
And he's turned orthodox during this passage of the round. Now he's back in his natural port-sided stance, but during his best portion of this 5th round, Rogelio Romero turning from the southpaw stance to an orthodox stance and really firing away with his healthy right hand, his left hand giving him some distress, being reduced to a one-arm boxer. And Evgeny SHVEDENKO looking to capitalize as he enjoys success. There he looks for a left-right combination, but the right hand only catching the forearm of Romero, who is pinned to the ropes. 10-second clapper. And in addition to the skill and ability that he possesses, Romero demonstrating the toughness that all prize fighters must possess. Because his left arm is giving him considerable difficulty. He's not able to use it or fire it with any type of intensity or purpose, and yet he's still in there competing, fighting, and boxing effectively despite being 50% down in terms of his armor.
We'll see what Coach Abel tells him there in the corner, as he seems that he's complaining again about his arm there, his left arm there. He's looking back and telling somebody that his arm hurts there in Spanish. As the Russian fighter there telling his corner that he got this, that he's coming out strong this next round there. You can tell the confidence that he regained in round 4 and 5 there.
Move, legs. Ahí quédate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is round number.
Used to bore in with his head like a rutting stag, pushing it into the face of Rogelio Romero, who's using that right hand in the form of a hook to both head and body. SHVEDENKO pursuing his man, winging in hooks and straights, and now Romero showcasing his twinkle-toed movements, darting around the target, giving his man angles, appearing on opposite sides, different sides of SHVEDENKO, and able to score with that function.
Win the round there, as the Russian fighter is not able to land anything hard on him there.
So SHVEDENKO up on his toes, pursuing his man, looking to cut off the ring as Romero looks to move to his right. Beautiful right hand landed by SHVEDENKO, countered immediately by Romero, breathing through a mouth that is wide open. Must be in debilitating pain with taller, heavier opponents. Looking for a check right hand was Romero, but was inaccurate with it. Still able to show pretty light movements up on his toes. With this 86-kilogram cruiserweight. Again, one global Olympic qualification event remains for Romero if he hopes to become a two-time Olympian and book his place at Paris 2024. But
Romero's doing just enough just to win, coming off of the first 3 rounds that he was able to dominate. He's doing just enough to throw that left hand there just to keep him off.
So 40 seconds remaining in the final round. Left hand was pushed out almost on instinct by Romero, but he didn't have any snap or pop on the punch there. He pushed it out once again, pressing leather with that backhand out of the southpaw stance. But again, fighting through the pain that he must be feeling, and that is testament to his toughness and single-mindedness as he remains in pursuit in Aguascalientes. Although Rogelio Romero, for my money, has done enough to declare the victory in this contest. He showed a brief cameo of his considerable ability in the 3rd round in particular, where he stepped on the gas and let punches go through on both.
Off of that hand, as you can see, he's complaining now when they're taking his glove off. He has a face of agony there with his score, so we don't know if it's his
consistent basis, making for a competitive contest. You see Romero continuing to shake that left hand, clearly in a fair amount of pain. SHVEDENKO just preparing to make his way to center.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we now have the final score. Después de 6 rounds, tenemos la decisión final. The winner by way of unanimous decision. Su vencedor por la vía de la decisión unánime. In the gold corner, esquina dorada de Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, Rogelio
Romero with a brilliant burst in the 3rd round, where he really did sit down on his punches and let them go from both flanks, but thereafter a left hand injury rendered his left arm pretty useless, and he became a one-armed, one-handed boxer after that, but still had enough ring craft, grit, tenacity and IQ to box his way to a points decision victory. Evgeny SHVEDENKO